I'm 42 years old and I'm single, and if I don't start my videos like this, then nobody fucking watches them. But I'm on your FYP page for a reason, and that reason is because the algorithms pulled some data points from you, and this is exactly what you're supposed to say.
Hi. Women rest their stupid foreheads against the wall again, wanting to prove something to everyone all the time. Let's take a look, but first, like and subscribe.
Would you be able to tell that I've edited this video? I've edited my hips, waist, arms, and even my face. This is why you cannot compare yourself to the videos that you see online, because most of the time it's probably not even real.
That's exactly why it's so hard to find a real beautiful woman nowadays instead of some computer-generated silicone figure.
So I just tried to go on a date. Stupid. I show up. The guy is drinking a beer and a glass of wine. And within 10 minutes tells me that he did some mushroom chocolates. He's slurring. And within 12 minutes, I was like, yeah, I gotta go.
These women being raised to be just entitled, like they're owed something for just showing up. I showed up, I'm owed something. I showed up on this date, you owe me a meal. You owe me entertainment. You owe me all this stuff. And what they do is they try to mitigate the man. They try to neuter him. They try to keep him controlled. And they put ice on the wings. And every time that guy tries to go and do some level up, you're gone too much. Blah, blah. It's met with some sort of criticism and some sort of frustration. And so you got these two different things. So the first thing as a man you got to understand is you got to, if you're not already in a relationship, you got to decide whether you're dealing with a princess. And if you're dealing with a princess, she's going to turn into a tyrant when you get married. She's going to be tyrant. Or are you dealing with a pioneer woman, a girl that's ready to take the hits with you? She's ready to go to war for you. She's gonna freaking fight with you. She's gonna put you back together. I had two marriages to compare this to. The first marriage was ice on my wings. The marriage I have now is a pioneer woman. That girl, man, she's the best person I know. I'm just gonna say it like that. This ain't pandering. This ain't trying to get her to listen to this so I get laid later. I'm just gonna call like it is.
Twice if you're something.
Save me. Nobody talk to me about this. There wasn't a grown-ass man that said, dude, this is what you need to look for. You need to be careful. There's two types of women out there. You're looking for the pioneer women, and they are a dying breed. And I'll tell you, that's why a lot of dudes are leaving and going to other countries right now to try and find those type of traditional women. Because the women in the States right now are being raised without accountability. They're being raised like they're princesses, and they're being conditioned to be entitled for doing nothing. Just by existing, they're owed something.
This might be a hot take, but all of the hot, successful, really driven women are in their single girl era right now. And I think that's because it's almost impossible to find a man who matches your energy, let alone bring something to the table that you don't have. And we are all looking for partners that add something to our lives, and we can't find someone who is better than us.
Some things that men do that make me go completely feral. And I'm not sure why, but I don't ask questions. When they're like, I have a meeting. Oh, you have a job? Get out of here. When they just tell me where we're going and they don't ask me where I want to go. On dates, I don't want to have rights. My opinion does not matter. You lead the way. I am a sheep. I am a delicate, feral sheep.
It's funny. Some men just act that way out of habit, carrying the heavy responsibility from their jobs. I don't think that's always a reason to think poorly of them.
I need to know, is there any guys left that believe in opening the car door for a girl, being there for her, supporting her, being loyal? Is there any guys that can be loyal anymore? Or any guys that just want the girl they are with and not multiple other girls? I need to know, is there any of y'all left? Because I cannot find them anywhere.
Short answer is yes, these good men do exist. It's just that most of them are either married or in long-term relationships that they are loyal to, or they're just single. They're either working or they're hanging out at home because they haven't been able to find a woman that appreciates a good man, a woman that wants a partner rather than just another guy to financially support her.
You're at a place and you see a girl and she's looking at you, you're looking at her, and you know who she is, because at a different event, they were trying to introduce you to each other. You know she's a good girl and you kind of want to date her, but then you don't go talk to her and you walk away. And 20 minutes later, another guy goes, talks to her. They're married. 15 years later, they got 2 kids. You see her at the mall and you're like, hey, And she says, hey, yeah. Did you know that I was you would say yes. Could
have been a completely different life.
Crazy, right? Okay, so when an emotion comes and you feel it and it does something to you, don't walk away.
The most prominent hormone when you're on your period is testosterone. So when you're acting emotional on your period, you're literally acting like a man.
Wrong. Here's a little biology lesson for you. The most emotional time is when she's PMSing, which is usually 1 to 2 weeks before her menstrual period, which is exactly when estrogen levels peak in the days leading up to ovulation, which is the PMS period. You don't even know your own body and still try to use it to weaponize it against men somehow. Why don't you go call your
broke? He's broke. Look at him. Look at him.
Seems like a great start to a date, doesn't it?
Let me take you home. Let me take you back home.
Yeah, home. Because she certainly doesn't deserve a date.
Back home and make yourself some cup noodles.
Cup of noodles. Love it.
You want to take me home? Yeah, I'm taking you. I look like this in your car right now and you want to take me home.
I'm gonna be nice.
You sure about that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you can get any other date, right? Just like you said, you can get any dude to come and pay for your meal and take you out and wine, right?
I like this guy.
You can get that at any time, right?
So now we're not going on the date because you don't want to pay more than Starbucks.
Oh, it's not bad. So money's no option.
So if money's no option, then why aren't we going on a date? Like an actual date?
Because one, you trying to put me on blast. Like you got your phone out filming this interaction right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting pranked at this point. Like, it feels like it's not real because I've never had a grown man take me to Starbucks for a date. What is this, high school?
You've never had a grown man in general.
Facts.
You know, you acting well on picture. Like you expect me to take you to some 5-star restaurants. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm not even gonna take you home.
No, what?
Any dude you come and get you and take you out, right? Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and make sure that's the case.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
ladies, take a lesson. For those of you that like to act entitled to everything, just remember, that could be you.
Why does every date have to be at a Michelin-starred restaurant? This girl is dressed for no more than a coffee shop and acts just as poorly.
What's sad is that women will literally go through trauma, like being cheated on, and then spend the rest of their life trying to get revenge on other women by doing the same thing to them with a man who's in a relationship. Why on earth do you have to be like that?
Women our age are more likely to be in relationships than men, which makes you think, who is everybody dating at the end of the day? If the women aren't dating the men, then...
What crosses my mind is I think there's perhaps two explanations. One, women in that age group are dating older men, 30 to 40. But I think the bigger thing is that women are maybe think they're in a relationship or are in a relationship and they're sharing higher quality guys. So, and there's this concept called hypergamy. Women are all chasing after the top tier of men. So a lot of women are happier sharing a top tier guy than settling for a guy that's actually on their level.
Break it to you. I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not.
Girls think that they want to date a high value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high value man. It's so, this is what you do to have to attract a high value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about like actually dating a high value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It's not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating like very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
I have never seen a woman make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty of men make broke women rich. Do you think that we have a problem in society? We definitely do. We got many of them. But why is it that like a woman will never stay with a broke man, But a broke man has no problem, like, providing and building up a broke woman. Because the thing is like, nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the wrong man. But then they'll look at a guy who's, like, working fucking 60 hours a week at a job that doesn't really pay that much, but he's doing his fucking best, and she'll look at him and be like, that's broke boy energy. No, that's hubby energy, actually. That's fucking husband material, actually. I feel like as women, we have such a, like, strong desire to be taken care of that we forget that, like, men are human beings.
Exactly. Men need care and love just as much because everyone, even animals, needs it. But these shallow girls can't grasp that. They're waiting for a rich prince to uncover their hidden queen inside.
When I was in my 20s, I worked with this girl that I looked up to heavily. She was in her 30s and she had a tattoo on her pinky that said, "Love is enough." And one day she caught me looking at it and she looked at her pinky and she looked at me and she said, "It's not."
I was raised by a single mother. I went to college. I got my degree in statistics, which is a male-dominated field. I got my job at Visa, and at the age of 24, I bought my home in the Bay Area, which is an expensive market to purchase a home. It just proves to you that I worked my butt off to get what I had. After I bought my home, I proceeded to remodel the home with my own two hands using YouTube tutorials. So, like, literally, I did not need a man. I did the manly work. I scraped a popcorn ceiling. I put in a full laminate floor. I learned how to use a table saw and not cut off all 10 fingers, right? So, like, I proved it. I did the thing. I proved that I can live this life without a man, and I'm telling you, it is not fulfilling, because at the end of the day, I was sitting in an empty home, absolutely miserable that I was alone. So I need a man to fulfill my greatest potential in life, which is to become a mother. There is nothing that's better than becoming a mother and having that legacy, and when you find the right man who wants to have that legacy as well, you will want to submit to him.
Things women find unattractive in modern day men. Number one, men who are in touch with their feminine side. Examples of the modern day men being in touch with their feminine side. Commonly, guys now are almost overly emotional. Number two is pick-me boys. Now, a pick-me boy is a guy who's fishing for compliments. Oh my god, I'm just so ugly. It's because they want you to call them cute or attractive. Or a pick-me boy is a guy saying, no one's ever gonna want to date me. If you keep talking like that, no one really is gonna want to date you. Number three is guys who do not work out or stay in shape. Girl wants a boy who can pick him up. If my boy's arms were smaller than mine, one, that would make me feel self-conscious, and two, it just would not be attractive. Now, although no one ever says it, physical attributes in a man are extremely attractive. People always think that that is a bad thing, but just because you're attracted to how someone looks does not mean it's a bad thing. Obviously, personality is a huge thing as well, but physical attributes also just increases attractiveness so much.
It still hasn't hit me. He's the ordinary Joe who just hit it big, really big. Mike Worski won $273 million in the New Jersey Mega Millions jackpot. The 54-year-old winner is really enjoying his newfound celebrity status, but he's also finding himself in a bit of a pickle. Mike got divorced just 5 months ago. Now everybody is asking, will he give his ex-wife a share of his win?
I don't see why he should share anything with her. They divorced well before this happened, and it's obvious to me. Let's just hope Mike doesn't fall under any bad influence.
Seeing grown men hold down jobs, pay their bills, take care of their kids, be single, and never one time have I heard them call themselves a strong, independent man.
It's cuddling season, and can somebody explain to me why I'm single, please? Why am I single?
So I've been left undelivered by a man for about 4 days now, and I'm automatically presuming the worst. He's dead. Because there is no way he has blocked me. All I need in my life is your man to go, do you know what, Kerry, let's go to TK Maxx, a bit of B&M, as a living, just for a day out. And that would make me happy and treat you to Starbucks. I'm not a complicated girl. I'm very basic. And then we'll go on a cute little gym date and stuff our faces afterwards with roast dinner. Like, that's all I want in my life. Or, babe, let's go on a hike and take the dogs out. You know, I don't think that's too much to ask. It's nicer being a younger mum. Like, I'm not a young mum, but I'm a younger mum. Things that give me the ick when you go out for dinner with someone on a first date.
Second red flag.
Have you ever gone out with a guy that's a gamer? Like, back in the day, I was like, that is an instant red flag. I would never go out with a gamer guy. But actually now I'm like, absolutely, I would love a gamer guy, because they spend all their time gaming, so that gives you a lot of free time as an independent woman to do whatever I want. This is a little story about how I've got back at my ex-boyfriend. So I've known for a while that my ex-boyfriend has been subscribed to my friends page, right? Just wanted to warn the girls, it is cozy season. We will be getting our pajamas on early, and those early nights will be drawing in. We'll get bored. We're going to Netflix and chill. Make sure you take your contraception. We do not want any July babies.
What's up, my guys? Hot guy pro tip of the day. Get off the dating apps now. Do you ever wonder why you have a few exchanges with a girl on these apps and then all of a sudden they ghost out of the blue? It's because another guy beat you to the number. Girls don't want to waste their time having superficial, how's your day going conversations through Hinge. They're looking for a man to make the first move and move that shit along. Be direct, get her number, and secure a time to meet. Don't give her other 30 matches of the day a chance to beat you to it.
Life after divorce in your 50s. Most days I'm like, what am I even fucking doing? I was a stay-at-home mom and had no job for most of my married life, raised my children, homeschooled them. Now I'm an empty nester and divorced. Yeah, what am I doing?
Should have thought about that earlier, silly woman.
End of my marriage, reasons given to me about like the marriage ending was that I had gained weight. That was like a little bit of a theme, that I wasn't attractive anymore. Blah, 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 whatever. Now, coming up on just about 1 year divorce, the mind warp of feeling like you can trust someone to not leave you if your appearance changes is so huge and enormous, and I don't know how to get over it.
Would you rate this guy on a scale of 1 through 10?
A 3.
Oh damn, word.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not really my type.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 through 10?
A 10.
You think other people agree with that?
I don't care what other people think. Confidence is key, period.
Hey bro, what would you rate this girl on a scale of 1 through 10?
What the fuck? That look like a fucking lizard, man. She a 0, I ain't gonna lie.
On my way to a first date, we matched on Hinge. I know nothing besides he's good looking and Christian. This is what I'm wearing. And I'm very excited. I'm actually not nervous. That did not go well. Very nice guy. Very sweet, very handsome, very attractive, very successful. But I feel like I was just like talked at for the last 2 hours. The dinner was great.
It seems like this guy knows his worth and is going to take his time choosing a partner carefully. Or maybe he's just a self-obsessed jerk.
Excuse me, but you are absolutely beautiful, and I would love to take you on a date sometime.
Every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single
23.
Are you single?
I am now.
What do you mean?
I had a wife, now I don't have a wife.
How do you go from having a wife to not having a wife?
I went on deployment to Okinawa, Japan. My wife fucked the dude 1 week into that deployment, now I don't have one.
Well, how long were you together?
I've known her my whole life, since I was like elementary school, the whole way on to high school. Joined the Navy, married the girl, now we're here, single.
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
It is what it is.
Did she beg for you back?
She did, yeah.
What'd you tell her?
I said, you gotta be out by December. She was out by December. That was it.
How much did you spend on the ring for her?
$6K.
$6,000.
$6,000.
And you thought you were getting...
Yeah, no quality there. Yep.
So could you see yourself getting married again?
Probably not. These girls now don't tell the truth about nothing. Just do your thing.
Cheated many times. Trust me, every woman I've been with, cheat all the time.
Why do you feel like girls like a player more than they like a nice guy?
Let's be real. Okay, let's be real. Women only want nice guys when they're sad.
Give me that.
They want bad guys when they're happy. As soon as the sadness is done, they're right back to the bad guys.
I'm going celibate. I am going celibate. Yes, you heard me correctly. I am going celibate, okay? The reason I'm doing this is because I'm sick and tired of men putting an effort to get me to then have me to sleep with me. And then once they sleep with me, it's like they don't try anymore.
Oh, now you're tired of all that and just want love and care? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess you had your fun.
Women don't owe men pretty, then men don't owe women wealth. I am literally so sick and tired of watching all of these boss babe women that are stuck in situationships, perpetuating bullshit narratives on social media. Saying things like, I don't want to have to look pretty for my man. I want to look and sound and be whatever I want to be. He's got to at least be making 6 figures or I'm not interested. Yeah. I want to cook for my man. I want him to be able to cook for himself. I don't have time for that. I want to live with a man. I want him to live on his own. I want to live on my own, and then we just get together and fuck. My life has been so much better now that I've been single and without men in my life. All men suck. Rhetoric like this is coming from women who are highly emotionally unavailable. And then they pretend in their mind, in their conscious mind, that they don't want a man, they don't need a man. They just want sex and some good conversations and some nice snuggles. But then they get feelings, and then these men that they go for, the fuckboys, they aren't interested in having anything real.
The real reason you find a healthy guy or a girl boring, it's not because they're boring. It's because you are busy trying to get the affection of the one that's challenging.
Are way less committed to relationships than men. And this is why marriages are falling apart.
But we're not allowed to say that.
Seatbelts on. Buckle up. I will say it again. Women are less committed to relationships than men. Roughly 70% of divorces are initiated by women. They are willing to throw the towel in sooner. Feminazis will try to convince you that women do this because of men. Because for them, the equation is always men equals evil. Now, imagine if we took men out of the equation entirely. Oh wait, we don't have to imagine that at all. We have that data. We have the divorce rates for lesbian couples. Lesbians have the highest divorce rates in the country. It turns out that if you have twice the women in a relationship, you also have twice the chance of divorce. You couldn't write it if you tried. Oh, there you go.
Do people in this generation just not go on dates anymore? Like, I genuinely feel like anytime I find a guy that I'm interested in, they'll never make that full gesture to go on a date. Like, they'll say they want to go on a date or we should go on a date, but they don't actually plan and ask to go out on a date. Like, they don't make the full effort. They're just words, or just lingering words in the air.
Because, as experience shows, not every pretty girl is worth the attention or the fight. Sometimes it's just a game, and that's no surprise to anyone, except maybe the dolled-up college girls posting every thought online like it's genius.
It's cuddling season, and can somebody explain to me why I'm single, please? Why am I single?
So I've been left undelivered by a man for about 4 days now, and I'm automatically presuming the worst. He's dead. Because there is no way he has blocked me. All I need in my life is your man to go, do you know what, Kerry? Let's go to TK Maxx, a bit of B&M, as the living, just for a day out. And that would make me happy and treat you to Starbucks. I'm not a complicated girl. I'm very basic. And then we'll go on a cute little gym date and stuff our faces afterwards with roast dinner. Like, that's all I want in my life. Or, babe, let's go on a hike and take the dogs out. You know, I don't think that's too much to ask. It's nicer being a younger mum. Like, I'm not a young mum, but I'm a younger mum. Things that give me the ick when you go out for dinner with someone on a first date.
Second red flag.
Have you ever gone out with a guy that's a gamer? Like, back in the day, I was like, that is an instant red flag. I would never go out with a gamer guy. But actually, now, I'm like, absolutely, I would love a gamer guy. Because they spend all their time gaming, so that gives you a lot of free time as an independent woman to do whatever I want. This is a little story about how I've got back at my ex-boyfriend. So I've known for a while that my ex-boyfriend has been subscribed to my friends page, right? Just wanted to warn the girls, it is cozy season. We will be getting our pajamas on early, and those early nights will be drawing in. We'll get bored. We're going to Netflix and chill. Make sure you take your contraception. We do not want any July babies.
So in a few seconds, you realise why a lot of women are single. So when you look at yourself, what would you say you need to improve when you're dealing with the opposite gender?
Nothing. Shit, I don't think there's any flaws. I don't really have any flaws.
what I need to improve.
Yes.
Probably his timing.
Your timing or his timing?
His timing.
No, it's about you though.
Oh,
you
what
need
do I
to.
need to
Yeah. What
improve?
do you need to improve?
I don't know.
You see how she jumped straight to you?